it was the 11th of December, and the News of the World reported my father was having an affair, which he was. And the article, the front page headline was "Church's 3-in-a-bed cocaine shock" with my picture beside it, which obviously if you hadn't have bought the publication and read the entire story, you could have made your own assumptions, which would have been entirely wrong.
I.e. that it was you?
Yes. And the first line of the article, which, after going back to this article, after going back to a lot of the articles actually that I put into this bundle, I think maybe I've just kind of blanked out just quite how bad they were, but I just want to read out the first line of the article, which was, "Superstar Charlotte Church's mum tried to kill herself because her husband is a love rat hooked on cocaine and 3-in-a-bed orgies." So as you can imagine what followed it in true News of the World style. It was basically just totally sensationalised, and whether partially or wholly true, I just really hated the fact that my parents, who had never been in this industry apart from in looking after me, were being exposed and vilified in this fashion. And it was just had a massive impact on my family life, on my mother's health, which the News of the World had reported on before then, on her mental health state and her hospital treatment, which we also think the only way they could have known about that hospital treatment, etc., was either through the hacking or possibly through the bribing of hospital staff, etc. So they knew how vulnerable she was and still printed this story, which was horrific. And I can't think of any justification for printing a story like that.
That's going to be my question. Perhaps the answer to it is obvious, but can you see any public interest in publishing a story about the fact that your father, not you, that your father had had an affair?
I see no interest, no public interest at all that it serves, other than to sell papers.
Okay.